So, Raheel, I know you've really, like when it comes to weight loss, you are very well versed in this area, and I want you to share your story with us. So can we take it just from the top, bro? Like, let's hear where you used to be. I know your story with your dad and how you got to where you are today. Let's let it rip.
Oh yeah, sure. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Excited to be here. So, yeah, what can I say? It's been a long journey, but basically, I was born obese pretty much my entire life, from childhood to elementary school, middle school, high school, going to college, and I was bullied a lot, like just being overweight.
Yeah.
The pounds were adding on when you're young and you're having fun and you're just eating with your friends. You don't realize the amount of weight, amount of just damage you're doing to your body. And then I got to 27 years old, outside of college, and I actually weighed at my heaviest weight at 405 pounds. And my father one Saturday morning just came down the stairs and looked at me, and he just was like, whoa, like blue in the face, like, I gotta go get you checked out, like I'm getting really concerned for you. Not the funnest thing you want to hear on a Saturday morning, but obviously he was my dad, and he was like, let me go make sure my son is doing okay. So I said, sure. So got my blood work done from the doctor. Then a few days later, my father and I went to go see the doctor to go over my results. And never forget this story. I'm notoriously known for it, but the doctor came in, looked at my father and I, had a folder in his hand, just gave a quick head nod. How you doing? Opened the folder with the results in my hand, looked at the folder, just flipped through the few pages of results, not even a few seconds, closed the folder, threw it on the counter, looked at my father and I and said, it doesn't matter what these results say. Your son will be dead by the time he's 40 unless he changes his ways. And that's it. And,
Wow.
5-star review was kind of tough to give when he did that. But, very shocking. My father and I looked at each other like, whoa, never knew my results, nothing, not my cholesterol, hemoglobin, nothing. He didn't tell me anything.
Right.
My dad and the doctor went over to the side for a minute or two. They chatted, and then we left. I mean, the fastest doctor's visit you can have, about not even 5 minutes.
Wow.
So we run out of the door. I'm driving. My dad is in the passenger seat, and about halfway home, my father looked at me and he said, hey, listen, I need you to pull the car over. And I asked him, is everything okay? He said, yes, can you pull the car over? I need to speak to you. It's urgent. It's important. I said, okay, sure. So I pulled the car over on the side of the highway. True story. And he just looked right at me and he said, listen, I need you to take this seriously. Like, this isn't a game. I'm running out of time, and, you still have time. And my father was dealing with a lot of health issues at that time in 2010. He had a liver issue that was really just wearing down on him. He would have water that would leak out all over his body, and his body was just breaking down. So I just felt like that was maybe his one moment, probably his last moment to knock some sense into me. Yeah. But he was telling me, like, I'm not going to see you get married. I'm not going to see you have kids. I mean, I'm a father now. The fact that, a father can say that to a child, I can't even imagine saying that to my own son. But right. He was just trying to get through to me. And in that very moment, for a split second, I thought, okay, a typical father-son lecture here, but I just saw the pain in his eyes, like the water in his eyes. And he was like, listen, you have to take this seriously. Like, and he said, you need to promise me, and we will not drive home until you promise me. And it was in that very moment where he just said to me, like, okay, yeah, I told him, I was like, I promise I will go ahead and do this. I will take care of it. I will try my best. I'll do whatever I can. And then we drove off. And